Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Ryan. Welcome to the MacGyver and Ryan YouTube channel. Everyone jumps into this at some point and I decided to make the leap, and this is going to be my first real video for you guys. Anything car related, motorcycle related, could be anything, guns. I'm going to try and bring you guys along for the ride. Obviously the subscriber base is going to be all over the place, but whoever stumbles across these videos, if there's anything you want to see in particular, let me know. But today we're going to be talking about my F87 M2 competition. So this is what we're going to be putting on the F87 M2 today. This is the Turner Motorsports skid plate. It's made out of solid aluminum construction, formed and bent, welded and riveted. It seems like it's an amazing option. I went with this skid plate because of its design. I've always been a fan of the skid plates that not only extend the center section of the car, but past that, this is going to provide some better protection and replace some stock OEM plastic components that are found on the undercarriage of the car. Any metal shielding I can get on the bottom of a car, in my opinion, especially on tough G-outs in the canyons, rocks, debris, it's just going to protect that many more components that are underneath the car. So stay tuned. I'm going to kind of walk you through the install best of my ability. We're going to be going at this together. I don't know about you guys, but I'm terrible with instructions. I just kind of wing stuff until I can't do it anymore. And unless I'm going to break something, we do it to the best of our abilities. So let's get this thrown on there. So this is my 2021 F87 M2 competition. Comes with the legendary S55 engine that has some, I guess, notorious issues. However, we are going to address all those problems in future videos. As of now, this car is pretty stock. The only thing I have on the engine side is a set of, I guess a set, there's two Arma-Speed intakes. These Arma-Speed intakes are absolutely amazing. There are a bunch of intakes on the market. You can go with front mounts, you can go with the Venturi sealed style intakes, and you can even get a cheaper set, and they are just, I guess, tubes that sit on the airbox with a pod filter. And that's kind of how this design is too. I just liked it because it did include these carbon fiber shields at the top to kind of semi-enclose the pod filters to keep just a little bit more loose debris and or bigger debris away from the intake stream. It just keeps the noise there. I like loud induction turbo intake noise. I'd rather have that than a loud exhaust sound. Exhaust is stock. That's possibly something we're going to be addressing in a future video as well. But as I stated before, I'd rather make sure this thing stays safe when we're driving down the road. And today that's going to be the topic of the video. Let's get the ramps, get the front end off the ground a little bit, get the carpet over here so I can have a nice soft place to lay as I'm on my back for an hour trying to get it installed, and we'll go from there. Alright, let's see if that works. No, that's absolutely terrible. I gotta go a little further. Oh no. We don't like this. We don't like this at all. Oh, shit! Alright, let's not drive through the garage door, but I say that's good, Captain. Alright, after we just almost totaled my car and garage door somehow, just use a jack and do it right. I'm just lazy as hell and I don't want to grab my jack from the pit of doom over there. But anyways, hopefully we have enough space. Let me take you into the car and see what we got here. But first I need my Pepsi. All right, so this will probably give you a better idea of what we're talking about. This is the front end, obviously. Air goes in, there's your heat exchangers, and down there, I don't know if you can see through the grill, there's a radiator. Faces horizontal with the ground. Underneath, that's the exit before it just lets out all that air under the car. Right here, this is plastic. That's your stock skid plate. Any debris, any rocks, anything that'll interfere with that skid plate that is large enough, we'll crack it and send foreign material into your radiator. And it's not gonna be a good time because you're gonna leak all your engine oil out. And yeah, just contemplate your life choices as to why you bought a BMW. But anyways, that's why we're changing it out for the Turner Motorsports one, because it's aluminum and we don't have to worry about it. Let me get under the car. I'm gonna get that stock one off, and then we're gonna compare the two on the ground, and I guess start trying to put the aluminum one on. All right, let's get this started. So you're gonna take your 8mm out of your toolbox. You're gonna grab a ratchet, and you're going to take off all these 8mm. They go around the circumference. You'll see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. Literally all the way out of the car to the other side. It makes just like a big loop around the stock skid plate. Let's do that first, and I will come back and show you what to take off next. All right. All right, guys, so I got the stock one off. Besides the countless 8mm around the circumference of the skid plate, there's 2 E10s. These E10s sit right here on either side, just 2. It's funny as I forgot they were there, and I ended up putting my 8mm wrench on there thinking that it was an 8mm, and lo and behold, it fit pretty good and came right off. But use an E10, make sure you don't strip your factory hardware. What you're gonna do now is transfer these clips, these metal clips right here that retain these stock OEM screws. They're gonna be transferred from the front leading edge of this skid plate onto the Turner skid plate. So I'll do that real quick and maybe show you how one is done. Pretty simple. You literally have 2 little ears on either side. You can use your fingers, pull it off. Super simple. They are directional. So as you can see, this skid plate, the top part is facing up. That's the way the claws are faced. Now the Turner Motorsports plate is sitting up as well. Make sure that these clips are transferred on in the correct orientation. Simply press them in and they will somewhat click into place pretty nicely. Make sure they're centered on the holes as well, because once it's in there, if they're off centered, you're gonna be struggling to try and get the factory screws in there. I'm gonna do that for the rest of the clips, and we will get the Turner Motorsports plate mocked up under the car. I'll put it on time lapse, and I'll come back to you guys if I experience any issues. One thing I forgot to mention on the install, there's 2 plastic clips separate of the skid plate on either side of the bumper. This is the passenger side of the car. There's one here, one here. This one I pulled out a little bit. These are mirrored on the other side, on the driver's side. You're gonna have to pull this one out. This one clears, this one doesn't on the Turner skid plate. There's no cutout provision on the skid plate to clip in and surround that. It'll interfere if you don't remove that. So I'm gonna take these out and then we'll continue with the install. All right, guys, so you can see skid plate's in and it looks absolutely perfect. You can see how much more protected the oil cooler is. And now it's aluminum all the way under the car for the most part up until the firewall. So let's wrap this up. All right, guys, so that's going to conclude the Turner Motorsports skid plate install on my F87 M2. We have more upgrades to come. Unfortunately, the front lip on my car does seem to have fractured from the previous owner. Somehow it seems like it's full of dirt. Maybe they hit a dirt pile in the canyons. I don't know the story behind it. But as I was taking the lip off, it fractured because of the double-sided tape that holds it on. We're going to get a new front lip, and we'll film an install video on that as well. For those of you looking to put a front lip on your F87, all the bolt hole provisions are already there on my car, so it'll be super simple. Skid plate, amazing, fits perfect. Didn't have any real issues with it. Some other reviews and other forums are stating that there's some interference with aftermarket oil coolers. I can't report if there will be or not because it fits the stock one just fine. So use your judgment if you have an upgraded oil cooler. Some modification may be needed. On my car, went in perfect. Remove those two plastic clips that I explained to you in the earlier in the video. The two E10 screws and the 8mm. Stock one comes out, new one, slot in the front nose first, flip it up, secure the back bolts towards the firewall area, and then just hand tight everything, make sure it lines up, and that's it. Tighten it down, and it's stout. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit, straighten up the garage, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching, appreciate it.